Well, this sucks.
We have some sad breaking news from the world of sports. Legendary NBA player Dikembe Mutombo has died at 58 years old. His family says he was fighting brain cancer. The native of the Democratic Republic of the Congo played for nearly 2 decades in the NBA. He was known for his finger-wagging celebration after his many blocked shots. After his retirement, Mutombo became a global ambassador.
A humanitarian hero.
At just 58 years old, Dikembe Mutombo, a legend who played nearly 20 years, passed away because of brain cancer. He was a Hall of Famer, an 8-time All-Star, voted Defensive Player of the Year 4 times. We'll get more into the numbers as this piece goes on, including how he has the second most block shots all time. And that is second to Hakeem Olajuwon. But the reason this hurts so much, because of his impact and how it will assuredly be felt forever. Mutombo, a man who spoke some 9 languages, was larger than life. A fellow who is so tall, with arms that spread wide, cover almost 7.5 feet from fingertip to fingertip, is remarkable just standing there, wrote Sports Illustrated in 1994. Nuggets head coach Dan Issel would say he has an infectious smile. He brings everyone into the conversation, has something to say to everyone. He has a knack for dealing with people. I was on a cruise with him, and when people went up to talk to him, they went away so happy. Don Nelson, longtime coach in the association, would say, there's nobody else in our league who has the intimidating presence he has in the whole. He's one of a kind. You know, it's funny, he would go to Georgetown because he wanted to be a doctor, right? And he wanted to study medicine. And John Thompson, the legendary John Thompson, saw something in him that he had seen throughout the course of his career. R.I.P. to Thompson as well. And that was the potential of unlocking something great, but also knowing that they could do it. And when Mutombo came to study, Thompson saw him, and he knew. He knew that this man could be great. And thus he was. In 1991, it was written that he progressed so quickly that he went from, as a sophomore, averaging 3.9 points per game, 3.3 rebounds per game. Again, he's some 7 feet tall. And he turned that into nearly 16 points per game and 12 rebounds per game as a senior. That's a huge leap, just a huge, huge leap. He was also thought of as the second best center on his own team, and that was to Alonzo Mourning, another former Hoya. After that season, his senior season, Mutombo was only second best to the best player in the nation, some guy from Louisiana State University named Shaquille O'Neal. In the 91 draft, he was the 4th overall pick. He would go on to lead the league in boards 2 times, block shots 3 times. When it comes to Defensive Player of the Year, he won it 4 times. There are only 2 other names that could say they have done that, and that is Rudy Gobert and Ben Wallace.
His family, so it's a sad day, especially for us Africans and really the whole world, because other than what he's accomplished on the basketball court, I think he was even better off the court. Those are some of the guys. He's one of the guys that I look up to as far as having an impact, not just on court, but off the court. He's done a lot of great things. He did a lot of great things, for a lot of people. So I mean, that's he was a role model of mine. So like I said, it is a sad day, and yeah.
Here was Joel Embiid during NBA Media Day.
Just heard the news about I just heard the news about Dikembe Mutombo, and it's really hard to believe, and yeah, it's hard for us to be with that guy, without that guy. You have no idea what Dikembe Mutombo meant to me.
Ditto with Toronto Raptors executive Masai Ujiri. It is, though, his legacy that I feel, even though he played nearly 2 decades in the association, that should be known, because it says so much about being larger than life, not just in stature, but also with what they have done, what they carry, how they want to be remembered, what they will leave behind. He would say in December 2016, my thing is about fighting the mortality rate so we can allow the people to live longer. This has been my cause, my drive. He was discussing the Dikembe Mutombo Hospital's emergency room. It had an ICU, 150 beds, serving patients in his hometown. It opened in December 2007. And why was it named Dikembe Mutombo Emergency Room? You might be asking. It's because Dikembe Marie died in Congo when she could not get to a hospital bed in time. So Dikembe personally ensured that others would not suffer as she had. Think about that. A loved one passes, and what you want to do is utilize your resources, your celebrity, the earnings that you had, and have it quite literally never happen again. That is strong. An absolute icon. He once paid to fly an 8-year-old boy named Matadi to the U.S. to remove a life-threatening tumor from his face. I remember this. Johns Hopkins presented him the Humanitarian Award for his work in reducing the spread of polio. He would launch a coffee, Mutombo coffee, with the goal of closing the gender gap between African women and men. His son Ryan would write on social media, "At times I thought of my dad as superhuman. This child in me would sigh to hear that this was never actually the case. My dad was a regular man who would stop at no lengths to honor the world, its people, and its creator. He loved others with every ounce of his being. That's what made him so accessible. That's what made him real." Mutombo would tell Mike Singer of the Denver Post, "There's an old proverb from the African continent that says that when you take the elevator to go up, you always got to make sure that you send the elevator down so it can take the other people. My way of sending the elevator down was go back home and try to see how many lives can I touch." His foundation was founded in 1997. He was affiliated with, to name a few, UNICEF, the Special Olympics, Basketball Without Borders, the CDC, and the NBA as a global ambassador. It's weird, as a Chicagoan, he was villainized because, he had the gall to do the finger wag at Michael Jordan, and then you grow up and you realize this man is no villain. This man is quite literally a hero. The amount of lives he touched, the amount of lives he saved, the way that he wanted to help people. He is the embodiment of everything that we say that we are, but we don't actually do He is what we strive to be. And that is why not only did I have to do this because this is my childhood, but also because in a world that is just so dark and so doom and gloomy, Dikembe Mutombo was the opposite. And he will be sorely missed. If you can and are willing, please become a paid member here at TYT Sports. And or go to tyt.com/join. In addition, you can follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Appreciate it. Have a great day.